In addition, candidly, we were able to get Texas and Oklahoma out a year early. That was a big deal for us, and I think all of you. Okay? And coach, I'm not going to put any pressure on you, but I'm going to be in Austin for Thanksgiving. Okay? And you better take care of business like you did right here in Lubbock last year.
Wow. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. If you are not a subscriber to the Sooner Surge YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe right now on the spot. Go ahead and do it. Click the button, turn on your notifications, as we are really giving a lot of videos coming your way. Right here, one that's just a raw reaction video of what we just saw from the Big 12 commissioner. That was on KREF Twitter. You've seen it really across the board on Twitter probably in the last, 30 minutes or so. But Big 12 commissioner making some very brave remarks there at the event that he was at, guys.
Yeah, and it's not the first time this guy's said remarks. If you remember at Big 12 Media Days, he had a few things that were kind of interesting what he said. But this is silly. I mean, and I know some people are going to watch this video and say, you guys need to get over the fact of the Big 12. OU's moving the SEC. Totally get it. This is just a reaction video. I want to see what the viewers think of this guy. I mean, here's the deal. We all know OU and Texas leaving for greener pastures, Yormark. Greener pastures. The fact that he says, being candidly, we got OU and Texas out a year early. Thank you. Appreciate it. Been waiting for that, buddy. I don't know what he's saying. I'm glad. Everybody's glad if they're an OU fan to be saying bye-bye to the Big 12, and they cannot say anything this year if OU and Texas, and I'm saying Texas too because OU and Texas got screwed last year on some calls. Let's be honest. And when you see a comment like this saying to Texas Tech Raider Nation there about the Texas game, if you're a Texas fan, you got to be livid over this because, I mean, you just can't, to me, they're not out of the conference yet. If they were, say whatever the heck you want. They're not gone yet. They got another year. So I think this is stupid.
And this also isn't the first time, as you said, Jay, in which Oklahoma or Texas has been attacked by whether it's another team's AD or a commissioner, or not a commissioner, the commissioner of the Big 12. And last year, I believe Oklahoma only had one holding penalty called for them whenever they were on defense, and I believe Texas only had 3 or something like that. I could be off on that, but the obvious play of the matter of what's going to happen is that they're going to be held against by the refs. They're going to have a difficult time every single game. We know that.
No, I don't. I'm going to go against that. I don't think the referees is that big of a deal. I said it last while ago, kind of ranting, but they're not going to be the calls. Now, you may be right, Jackson. Again, people may agree with you that the calls are going to be horrible against OU. I just don't think it'll be that obvious. I just think it's a stupid comment to make.
Well, the whole point is, the fact of the matter is this, period. Okay, here's the fact of the matter. Whether or not OU gets gypped on calls, okay, maybe they will, maybe they won't. That's not here nor there. Here's the problem. The picture this paints. This paints a very bad picture, and actually just sets the conference up for failure if there are some bad calls, because it's the first thing people are going to say. You can't, as commissioner, as the head, the face of the league, say these things in an environment like this to where social media is going to get a hold of it. You're setting yourself up to be just ripped, and it's let's just say what it is. It's unprofessional as the commissioner of the league. That's what it is. Case closed. Unprofessional. Shouldn't have been said. And to say candidly, which is basically saying honestly, frankly, I did you guys a favor. Come on.
Yep. And also, just if Oklahoma and Texas weren't going to the SEC, I think there would be a real talk in which we like Brett Yormark as a commissioner, because on the business side of things, he's going to be great for the Big 12. And there's no arguing that. He may be the best of the best along with Greg Sankey when just what he's doing with this Big 12 conference in the future and what it's going to be. But him making these remarks makes him look like an absolute idiot. You guys are right. He is bashing these teams because he is mad that they are leaving for a conference that is the best of the best in all sports in the SEC, okay? And if any other team in the Big 12 got offered the opportunity to come to the SEC, they are taking it in a heartbeat, and no school cannot say they wouldn't.
Well, that's, to me, and you hit a little bit of the nail on the head when you're talking about this guy really and what he brings. I think he's going to honestly be a great commissioner for the Big 12. He's light years better than the previous one. And with that being said, what I would say is this, is that I think there could have been why he said it was to almost say, look, we've got the ball rolling. We've got new people in the Big 12, new teams. And he could have been meaning it like that. I get it. But still, as the commissioner, with teams that are still currently in your league, two teams that are pretty much favorites to be in the Big 12 championship game, okay, of the last year in its existence, you can't say these things.
Well, and what I think is that he was speaking to a crowd and he was trying to like get him to really like what he was saying. Let's be honest. He was pumping it up for those Texas Tech Nation there. And the thing is, like, if you're a Big 12 school right now, other than OU and Texas, you love this guy. You love him. And it's because he will say what a lot of the other teams and maybe people are thinking is that bye-bye OU Texas. We don't want to see you anymore. And that's what a lot of the Big 12 teams are probably thinking. And that's fine. But you know what? I can tell you come December what's going to happen. OU Texas will be playing in the last Big 12 championship, Brett Yormark. Mark it down. It will be OU versus Texas. I just want to know if you're going to be there.
Yeah,
Brett,
that's a great point. And that's what I was actually fixing to say. But I also think that if Oklahoma and Texas are in the Big 12 championship, if Brett Yormark just decide not to show up, could you imagine the bad rep that would make? Now, I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to show up at the game no matter what. And the truth of the matter is he is salty about what Oklahoma and Texas are taking away from this conference because they probably make up 70 to 65% of the total revenue for this Big 12 conference because they both are such massive brands. And I know that they're adding a lot of these teams, and there's going to be a lot of teams to bring in revenue, but I think just the revenue that Oklahoma and Texas bring into the conference is honestly the biggest loss that he's having to deal with.
Yeah, I don't know about I don't know how the revenue all breaks out, but I do know that the Big 12 in general, the teams that he's brought in, he's done a tremendous job. Like, bar none, what he's brought in after OU Texas left, he jumped on it and made this another conference that's really good, okay? It's not the Pac-12, which what could have happened if they would have left the old commissioner here, probably. I think Brett Yormark's done a tremendous job, and a lot of people are going to like that he said this. I mean, that's fine. I just think it was kind of petty. I know he was speaking to Raider Nation there, but and so I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of people. Obviously, if you're in the Big 12, you're going to love what he said. If you're an OU Texas fan, you're going to think it's garbage.
Yeah, so here's what we want you to do, viewers. We want you to drop your questions and comments. Actually, there's no questions needed here. We want you to drop your comments about Brett Yormark's statements here at this
Out of
event.
line or not?
Yeah, bring the comments, drop them in. We want to see. I think there's some positive things with this guy, but you have tarnished it, in my opinion, with what was said here, and it's a bad look for him. And we'll see what Sooner Nation thinks of it. All right, guys, until next time, Boomer.